Alright, what is going on? My friends, I've just spent the last 22 minutes making a really deep video discussing where I'm at, and prior to that I spent about 15 minutes creating an update for my no alcohol or quitting alcohol series, day 35. Today is day 20 of no smoking. Day 20. 20 days! That's almost 3 weeks. So today's video is going to be titled Quitting Weed Day 20. And I have just finished another shift at work. The kids are out having dinner with their mum and her friend. Bit of a girls' night. So I've got some time at home, and it's in these times very rare that I have the house completely to myself. It's in these times that I enjoy bringing out the camera and sort of getting my thoughts about me and creating a video. So this is the third video of the day and the final video of the day, and I'm just going to discuss exactly where my head's at, what's been happening, how I'm feeling, and that'll be it. So not too long. Dreams. Dreams are coming thick and fast every single night, multiple times. Okay. Very vivid. Always situations, places, people from my past that pop up out of nowhere. Very interesting. At times I get myself into certain situations, not so much nightmares, there's certainly no grim reapers anymore, but I get myself into situations that would take a little bit of working out, a bit of sorting out, something that I just don't, want to do. And so when I wake up, it's a bit of a relief that all I've got to do is just actually live my normal life, my normal simple life. I've got to get up, and first thing I do is make a coffee and make the kids lunch. And I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy that. And, if you had to talk to me 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy anything if I wasn't smoking, or at least that is what my mind told me, because I was in such a cycle. And right now, I can sit here genuinely happy. And I don't need much. I need my kids. I need to feel like I provide, give, you know what I mean? Giving and loving, sharing love and providing gives me all I need. Couple that with going to work each and every day and putting in a good effort and feeling proud of my efforts. Couple that with some nutritious food, no shit anymore. Couple that with a few snuggles with Cookie every night, and a few YouTube videos published on the side, and you've got yourself one really fulfilling, simple, well, not so simple, fulfilling, crazy at times, chaotic at times, but happy lives. And that's the life that I'm living at the moment. Happy. I wake up happy. One thing that I want to discuss is my energy levels once waking up, right? So one of the main things that I used to smoke for was the sleep, or I called it sleep, but I don't know how much REM sleep I really was getting, or how much quality sleep I was getting, because I wasn't dreaming, and that's always been an interesting one. But either way, I would sleep, or I'd have the ability to sleep for like 8, 9, 10 hours a night, if I had the time, right? And it doesn't matter how much, it doesn't matter how long I'd sleep for, I'd still wake up, and I wouldn't want to get up, and once I did, whether I had alcohol the night before or not, I'd feel groggy. Alcohol. Okay, a hangover from alcohol is one thing, but there is definitely somewhat of a hangover from weed. depending on the type of weed you smoke, depending on how much you smoke, depending on how close to bed you smoke it, you're going to wake up with some level of grogginess. You're going to wake up with some level of fatigue and basically a weed hangover. And so I'd get up, and 5 minutes later I'd have a coffee, and I wouldn't feel any better. And 10 minutes later I'd have another coffee, and I'd be trying to constantly counteract this grogginess feeling with this fuzziness feeling with caffeine. And an hour later I'd still feel it, and 2 hours later and 3 hours later I'd still feel groggy, and then maybe 4 hours later I'd start to come out of it. And I feel like that's just the weed from the night before slowly but surely exiting my system. And what that meant is that I was living life through a fucking haze. And that is what I thought my best life was, and what I thought my best life could be. And that's simply not the case, because now I wake up and I sleep. I sleep really well. I have REM sleep. I have dreams, like I said. I might toss and turn. I might wake up 3, 4, 5 times a night, but I'm back to sleep pretty quickly, and I'm back in another dream. And eventually I'll wake up in the morning and I think, shit, there you go, another night over. Whereas the nighttime without weed used to be really scary, because I'd think, how am I going to go to sleep? But that was just me playing tricks on myself. And I'd realized that I could sleep multiple times before. But if I'm talking about this time, I've actually never quit weed. I've never had, the likes of 2-3 weeks off of weed without alcohol, right? But this time I've got neither. So the way that I'm waking up at the moment is, yes, I might be a little groggy when I wake up, a little tired, but I think all of us are. But literally 2 minutes later, I'm sweet. My eyes are open. I'm good to go. A coffee is just the cherry on top. It is not a necessity. I don't see that coffee as being a necessity. And actually today I had an experience where I actually had too much caffeine, and I started feeling jittery, and I started feeling sick. And I tell you what, after a big night smoking, it doesn't matter how much caffeine I took in, I was definitely never going to get to that stage. So I'm waking up, and I'm actually finally waking up not only happy, positive, hopeful, but feeling like I've actually got some genuine energy. And that, my friends, is a fucking blessing. So it's always a work in progress. At the moment, I'm not tempted whatsoever to smoke. I have to keep reminding myself of the fact that weed just simply wasn't working for me anymore. It started turning against me, and all it induced was a sense of anxiety. And I simply I do not suffer with anxiety at the moment, and I never want to feel that again, because it's very, very, very uncomfortable, and it led me to have panic attacks, and it led me to question my health, especially my heart health, and it led me to, hey, look, maybe 1 in every 5 smokes I'd get through, and I'd actually think that I'd enjoyed it, because the only reason why I enjoyed it is because I didn't have any anxiety. But 4 out of 5 times that I smoked, I would have a real sense of anxiety, and the only thing that would cure it is to go to sleep, wake up, and it would be gone. Thank God. But at the moment, the way that I'm living my life, drug and alcohol free, I have no anxiety. I really have no depression. I'm living in the moment, and the only thought patterns that I have about the future are positive ones rather than anxious ones. So it's a real change. It's a complete turnaround, and the only person that was ever going to do that is me. So I thought it was about time I checked in. I know that in the previous video I said that I wasn't going to check in until day 30, but I thought I had a message to share. And for anyone else out there struggling with this substance, for anyone else out there just completely and utterly intertwined with their life intertwined, it might seem impossible to get off, and there might be times where you don't want to get off of it, but give it a chance. At least give yourself a week or two to assess how you feel. And like I said, like I described, the way that I'm waking up at the moment, to think that I would sacrifice that just for a smoke is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. And so I'm not willing to do that. Because I've been there, I've done it. I had a period of 2 months off of weed at one point. 2 months off, right? I remember it vividly. I had 2 months off of weed. Yes, I was drinking, but I wasn't smoking. And then I went back to New Zealand. I got given an ounce of weed. I smoked. I didn't even smoke that much. I went to bed. I got up that next day. This was my first day back in New Zealand, my first day on holiday. I had all of these great plans and I had all of this energy, or so I thought, but I woke up after having, a couple of joints that one time after 2 months off, and I felt it. I instantly felt that grogginess. I instantly felt that dampening of my personality, of my spark. My spark was gone instantly, and that spark is something that I'm harnessing at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it because it's coming back. And there were times where I just thought it was gone. I thought my spark was gone completely, and I was destined to smoke weed every single day for the rest of my life, and I could only travel to countries that had it legally available. And otherwise my life would be miserable. Whereas at the moment, I feel like anything's possible. And that's an exciting way to be. And I also feel like I've got lipstick on at the moment, but I swear I don't. Either way, guys, that's enough from me. Day 20 of 30. We're covering this for 30 days, covering my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences for the next 10 days, and I hope you can join me. Thanks, guys.